good, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Mr. CDK Boxing, and this is Sports Talk Network. Listen, man, I've been sitting back all day long, and ever since Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez got in that ring, I've been sitting back and paying attention to everything everybody got to say, especially the people that don't like Shakur Stevenson. And I still can't figure out why not. What has Shakur Stevenson done so bad to you people that you can't give him credit? At one time, I heard y'all, the people talking about, man, oh, Teofimo Lopez was too athletic. He was going to go out there and do what he had to do. He's going to knock him out. After the fight, all of a sudden, Tio isn't so good. All of a sudden, Shakur, you know what I'm saying, knew he was going to beat him. And I'm tired of hearing this type of conversation. And what I really want to know, man, it is so different these days that you can't like more than one fighter if they're in the same weight class. People have decided to take a stand and put their foot in the sand and say, either I'm going to like him or I'm going to like him. What has happened to y'all? I like Shakur Stevenson. I like Gervonta Tank Davis. I don't have to lie on one or put down one to make the other one look good. A lot of y'all do that. And I'm going to tell you, it done got so foolish, you're starting to make yourself look silly. When you go out there and try to hate on Shakur Stevenson, man, you're starting to make yourself look silly and almost make it seem like you don't know anything about boxing whatsoever. Man, I go on some of these channels and just sit back and listen. I don't say a word. And some of the things that they say is just ridiculous. You got a problem because Shakur Stevenson wants to fight Pitbull. He wants to fight Lamont Roach. Y'all got a problem with that. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with Shakur Stevenson getting in the ring with any of those guys, and let's see how he does against them so we can have something to gauge the fights after up. And we know styles make fight, but it still gives us something to talk about. I want to see Shakur Stevenson, man, and Pitbull. I want to see Shakur Stevenson and Lamont Roach. Listen, man, but more importantly than anything, I want to see Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis. I think now people have started to realize that he's a threat to Tank. And people got a problem with that. What is wrong with that, man? Like, wow. I think Shakur wants to fight. We know he wants to fight. But is Tank going to be willing to give him that fight? Tank has so much going on. And I think it's a 50 fight. See, I can look and say, hey, man, that's going to be a great fight. And I've been telling people for the longest time now, Shakur Stevenson, man, to me, at 135 to 140 pounds, is the best fighter in the world. You know, people got a problem with everything he says. They don't like nothing that Bud Crawford has to say. It's just something about that team, man, that makes people really have a disdain and dislike for Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is doing everything he's supposed to do inside that boxing ring, and yet and still he can't get the credit he deserves, man. Teofimo Lopez, at the end of the day, there isn't a bigger name on Tank resume than Teofimo Lopez. So say whatever you want, but we seen Shakur Stevenson go out there and dominate a man who everybody at one time was saying him and Tank will be the best fight, you know what I'm saying, around that weight class. All I heard was Teofimo Lopez will give Tank fits. Now all of a sudden, Teofimo Lopez, oh, he wasn't that good, you know. His dad this, his dad that. Yes, his dad done a bad job in the corner. There ain't no doubt about what we seen in that corner, man. His dad done a terrible job. But at the end of the day, Shakur Stevenson went out there, man, and showed you just how good he is. And I've always thought that Shakur Stevenson and Tank ain't gonna go the way a lot of people think it's gonna go. You know, you think that, man, Tank's gonna go out there and get him out of there because you're dependent on a knockout. I'm saying this right here. If Tank doesn't knock Shakur Stevenson out, you heard it here first. If he don't knock Shakur Stevenson out, Tank don't win. Tank don't win. I think Tank has to knock him out to beat him, and that's the bottom line to it, man. But we gotta stop this. Stop acting like that you can't like two fighters in the same weight division. Especially a lot of us, man, African American, man. Like we have split the fan base down the middle. We have basically that's how Canelo is big as he is as far as in that ring, man. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people love Canelo. The Mexican fan base love Canelo. And you can almost see it. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all wanna know why David Benavidez don't get the credit he deserved? Y'all wanna know why people don't really like David Benavidez is not on the level of Canelo? Because once African Americans started liking David Benavidez, a lot of other African Americans didn't like that, man. I'm telling you for real, man. We a mess. We a mess with ourselves. The way we treat our fighters, the way we go about doing things. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all like Tank, he gives you the knockouts. Well, we can't like Shakur. We can't show him no love. You know, Devin Haney has always been a wonderful fighter, superb fighter. But Devin Haney don't get his credit. Man, us as African Americans, man, we have just split this boxing right down the middle. And that's why a lot of these black fighters, man, these young black fighters can't get the credit because you feel like if you like Tank, you can't like Shakur. It has never been like that before until these days now. And this new fan base, man, to me, it's crazy. And you make yourself look crazy when you can't give a fighter credit for being great, man. You make yourself look crazy. I'm talking about, man, I go across channels, man, it's almost disgusting now. Some of the things I hear people say about Shakur Stevenson as a boxer. You can't tell me you can't look at Shakur Stevenson and see greatness when you're looking at it. You know, you're gonna have people going for Virgil Ortiz strictly on the strength that he's Mexican. And it's gonna be people that look just like us. And I'm telling you right now, and I'm saying, and I'm putting it on paper once again, Virgil Ortiz is gonna get washed. Jerome Ennis is going to stop Virgil Ortiz. You heard it here first. I don't care if you don't like Jerron. You can say whatever you want. He's stopping Virgil Ortiz, man. Let's start getting behind our fighters, man. Let's start showing them the love and respect that they deserve, man. We don't have to keep on running around doing what we're doing, man. And just really, we just separate. We know African Americans. At the end of the day, we run boxing, man. The African Americans, us, we run boxing. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with that. That's our sport. We look great doing it and we look good, you know what I'm saying? Why do people got a problem with that? But you don't have to, you know what I'm saying, have a problem with your core because you like Tank. It's okay, folks. It's okay to like both of them. It's okay to like Keyshawn Davis and like Javante Tank Davis. It's okay to like Shakur and like Keyshawn Davis. You don't have to pick and choose, man. When it was Duran, Sugar Ray, Hearns, Hagler, I liked every one of those guys. All I ever wanted to see was the fights. And all of a sudden now, man, people are picking and choosing and won't tell the truth about a fighter just because they like one fighter. And you can say whatever you want. A lot of y'all are picking what you heart and what you like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of saying both of these guys are really excellent fighters. Because at the end of the day, man, if you tell me Shakur Stevenson ain't a great fighter or he don't look good in that ring, I'm going to tell you right now you don't know nothing about boxing. You might not like it, but I'm speaking on it. I'm just telling you the truth. If you tell me Javante Tank Davis ain't a great fighter or a good fighter, I'm going to tell you once again you don't know anything about boxing and you just hate. I like both of those guys, man. Like I'm telling y'all, it don't have to be like that. Stop putting one fighter down just to uplift your fighter. If we do what we're supposed to do, man, we can get all these fights. We can get the best fighting the best. We can see what we're supposed to see. And at the end of the day, I hope and pray that y'all want to see Javante Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson in that ring just like I do. Javante Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson should be a fight, man, that you want, you know what I'm saying, that you want. It should be the fight that every time you think about boxing, you say, what if, man? What if these two guys get in the ring? How's that fight gonna look? I want that fight, man. I'm not saying who's gonna win. I'm saying I like both of those guys, man. I go to people's channel and it seems ridiculous when I hear people say, oh man, Shakur Stevenson trying to do everything that Tank's trying to do. Do you know how stupid that sounds? Do you know? I'm at y'all again. Do you know how stupid that sounds? It's coming from a grown man telling you there ain't nothing wrong. Pitbull, at the end of the day, is still considered a good fighter. Lamont Roach, at the end of the day, is still considered a good fighter. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Mario Barrios, to me, is a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia, may he be up and down, he's still a good fighter. But what I don't want to happen, what if Shakur Stevenson is the one that gets the opportunity to face Devin Haney, to face all these guys that Tank could have faced? See, Tank has had the opportunity to face all these guys. And for some reason or another, Tank has took the time out of his day to always hate and say these guys, or you know what I'm saying, they you know what I'm saying, they haven't done anything. Well, Tank, if they ain't done anything, go ahead and beat them. Show us that they ain't done anything. That's what you should want to do, man. If you feel like a fighter ain't what he say he is, go out there and beat him. Especially when people are kind of whispering and saying this guy might be able to beat you. That's what we should want out of Tank, man. And I don't care about none what he got going on outside the ring. That's not my business or my concern. I wish that young man the best, and if there is a problem, I hope he gets himself together. That's what we should really want. We should want to see Javante Tank Davis, you know what I'm saying, get himself together, get back in the ring, and do what he does best, and that's box. But right now, man, a lot of y'all, man, are the problem, man, because y'all uphold what these fighters do. You uphold it. I don't care who it is. If you like a fighter, y'all uphold everything they do. Nobody's telling the truth anymore. Nobody really cares about anything. We uphold what these fighters do. Javante Tank Davis, man, is an excellent fighter. And I said excellent. And I think Shakur Stevenson is an excellent fighter. It's not hard to like both guys, man. What is wrong with y'all people? I go through these channels, man, and I listen to the people, and I just be like, I be saying to myself, like, hey, man, these people are really crazy. These people are crazy. They have fell in love with these fighters. It ain't even about boxing no more. It's like almost an infatuation. Some of y'all, man, I'm talking about, man, are ready to put their dirty drawers in the sink and wash them with your hand. That's how far you're willing to go. Some of y'all are ready to wash some of these boxers' drawers with your hands, man. You gotta stop it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stop it. I'm just sick and tired of it, man. I'm sick and tired of it. People hating and hating and hating. Everything Shakur does is a problem. Shakur can't say nothing, man, without it being a problem. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why. You know what I'm saying? I think Shakur, man, today, tomorrow, or whatever day is great. I know what I'm looking at. I've been inside the ring. I've been watching boxing for a long time. You can't tell me Shakur Stevenson is not a great boxer. You can't tell me that Tank Davis is not a great boxer. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't have a problem liking both of those guys, man. Like I said, Hagler was one of my favorite fighters. Hearns was one of my favorite fighters. Sugar Ray was one of my favorite fighters. All these guys, man, I liked them. And I always only wanted to see one thing, those guys fight. A bunch of y'all these days don't want to see that, man. You don't want to see them fight. You're scared, you know what I'm saying? You're scared right now that if these guys fight, you know what I'm saying? If they fight right now, you know what I'm saying? You're scared your favorite fighter is going to lose. I've never seen people more worried about a fighter losing. I've never seen nothing like this. Man, I don't really want to see it. A lot of y'all would say Shakur don't deserve a fight with Tank. Or Tank, you know what I'm saying? I heard this type of talking conversation. I don't understand it, man. Like, to me, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you want to see the best fighting the best? Make it make sense, man. Cause somebody make it make sense. Please let me, you know what I'm saying, know why you don't want to see these guys get out there and perform. I just want to know why. Just tell me. What do Tank got to do? What does Shakur got to do? And listen, man, my guy, Earl Spence, is making his return. Earl Spence has been gone from boxing for 3 years now. 3 years he's got behind his belt. He hasn't fought. I think it says July 2023 is the last time we seen Earl Spence in the ring. Now he's coming back fighting Tim Tszyu. You know what I'm saying? He's going all the way to Australia. And he's going over there. And I believe Earl Spence is going to take care of business. Because I believe along the way, those 3 years got time for him to heal his body up. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, Bud Crawford gets full credit for that win. I give Bud Crawford full credit for beating Earls. But I still don't believe that Earl right there was the Earl that we once seen. Do I believe Earl can beat Bud? No, I don't. I still think Bud's a better boxer. You know what I'm saying? But I think the Earl would have gave us a better showing that night if we had got the real Earl Spence. I'll put it that way. So, you know, I'm definitely glad that Earl Spence is coming back. I heard he's getting 2.5 million for this fight. And I just hope he comes back and take care of business, man. I want to see Earl Spence go out there, perform, and do what he has to do. Earl Spence deserves another opportunity, man. You know, Earl Spence, man, the days of Earl Spence, Jamel and Jamal Charlo, I miss those days of boxing, man. I want to see all three of those guys back in the ring again. You know what I'm saying? All three of those guys performing and doing what they do best. And I think all three of them really miss boxing. You know what I'm saying? I just hope they get it together. And, you know, you heard Jamel Charlo now saying that he wants to face Earl Spence, and we've heard Earl Spence say, man, ask everybody how it when it spawned. We know it ain't never spawned, but Earl Spence, you know, he feels like, man, hey, he went out there and spawned and showed you what he was about, you know what I'm saying, Jamel. So I don't know what Jamel got to say about that, but hey, man, I want to see that. And, you know, a lot of people are banking on this Keyshawn Davis. Y'all really don't have a problem with Keyshawn. I'm going to tell you how crazy y'all are and how much hate you got in your heart. You really don't have a problem with Keyshawn and Shakur not fighting. You rather that fight happen than for Shakur, because some of y'all in your heart of hearts believe Shakur gonna beat Tank, and you don't want to see that happen. You don't want to see it happen, man. Tank don't need you defending him. Tank gets paid good money to defend himself, folks. Tank gets paid good. Javante Tank Davis don't need nobody defending his name or his honor when it comes to getting inside that ring. That dude does it very well. And a lot of people, man, have now decided that they're gonna defend everything, man. From the time that when you think about, you know what I'm saying, Shakur Stevenson, and you look at that guy and you know you see a great boxer out there, you still gonna say that he's not ready for Tank. He's not on Tank's level. You will hear all the excuses. Because in the end, you don't want to see the fight. Because you're worried about what you're going to have to say. If Javante Tank Davis does happen to lose, you know what I'm saying, and I say it's a 50-50 fight. If Shakur beats him, man, a lot of people are not going to come on the internet for 2 or 3 weeks. I'm telling you how it's going to go. People are going to duck and dodge the internet. All you got to do is do what I do, man, and say both of those guys are great fighters and you just want to see the fight. You can give both of those guys credit and say, I just want to see both of those guys fight. That's all I want to see. Y'all hold on 1 second, man. Drinking my wine. I'm going to take me a little sip. I ain't going nowhere. I'm here. I'm here, baby. Now let me get back to it. Man, like I said, Earl Spence is making his return. We got that, Tim Tszyu. We got Keith Thurman and Fundora, man. Another fight that I'm ready to see. I'm ready to see Keith Thurman, man. I just hope Keith Thurman is able to stay healthy. And we know that, man, Sebastian Fundora, he loves to fight on the inside. If people don't know this, Fundora and his sister, man, Gabby, they're both almost legally blind. They cannot see. You catch these folks, man, outside the ring, they got them Coke bottle glasses on. That's why Fundora likes to fight on the inside. The question I have, man, can Keith Thurman keep him on the outside? Can he find that distance where he can box, jab, move, and do what he needs to do to get the victory? Or can he catch him coming in with a good shot and get him out of there? See, that's what Keith Thurman gonna have to do. Keith Thurman's gonna have to catch Fundora with something. He's gonna have to wake him up. He's gonna have to hurt Fundora. He's gonna have to make him respect his power. But like I said, Fundora is almost blind. That's why you see a guy that's 6'5", 154 pounds, fighting on the inside like that. He stays on the inside. So I'm telling you right now, Keith Thurman has a good shot, man. We got some great fights coming up. And I'm telling y'all right now, and I'm going to say it, and I'm telling you, if you're going to put your money down, I ain't going to lead you astray. Jerron Boots Henderson is stopping Virgil Ortiz. He's stopping Virgil. You heard it here, and I'm going to say it again. He's going to stop Boots' real coming out party. I think people are going to get the opportunity. All the stuff we heard about Boots, he ain't fought nobody. You know what I'm saying? People don't know how good he really is. Well, you're going to get your opportunity to see how Boots is. But please don't pull that same stunt that you just pulled when Shakur went out there and dominated. You understand what I'm saying? Dominated Teofimo Lopez. And then all of a sudden now, Teofimo wasn't as good as people said he was. He's up and down. Well, I always heard you say this right here. Anytime T.O. fighting a big fight, he always gets up for the fight. Well, I think it was the same case. I just think T.O. ran into something that he didn't know how to deal with. He ran into an excellent boxer. And I think, man, this is about to take place with Virgil Ortiz. I think we're going to see Virgil go out there, man. I think that, and Virgil likes to fight out of that high guard. And if you know anything about boxing and you know what Boots does, Boots loves to go to the body. I don't know if he's going to be able to get in that high guard like that because I'm telling you, Boots is going to, man, he's going to kill his body. He's going to kill it. And let me say, well, I don't know if I can use that word. I apologize, y'all. Boots going to destroy the body. I think that it's going to change Virgil's style of fighting. I don't think he'll be able to fight in that style. He'll have to bring his hands down some, which will open the head up. And I think that's when you're going to see Virgil start to take a lot of shots up top as well. And I'm waiting on that fight, man. I've been waiting on it. Like I said, we got a lot of interesting fights coming. Devin Haney, and you heard Xander come back and say today he's calling their bluff. Xander don't think they want that fight for real. He says he feels like Bill, you know what I'm saying, wants more TV time or whatever it may be than Devin does. That fight right there, I'm a big Devin Haney fan. I also like Xander. I think there's gonna come a time as you move up the rankings, as you keep moving up in weight, that you're gonna run into the guy that's just gonna be too big for you. And I think this might be that time to see Devin Haney run into a guy that actually might, you know what I'm saying, be too big for him. And I'm telling you, man, Xander can fight. Devin would have to go out there, man, and be on his A game from round 1 through 12. Devin gonna have to go out there and beat Devin. I don't know if Devin takes that fight next. I think it's a real, like I said, I've heard Bill Haney say that Xander would be a tall task for them. So I don't think they really want that fight, folks. I'm just telling y'all what's real. I don't think they want that fight. I do think that Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney would be a great fight, explosive fight. One thing that separates Keyshawn and Shakur, I think Shakur's the better boxer. But man, Keyshawn got that Terrence Crawford type of mean streak in him where he wants to go out there, man, and he wants to stop you. I heard Andre Ward say that he told Shakur you could have stopped Teofimo. And he said Shakur said something to him, that hey, he said, well, every time that I tried to pick it up, he fought back. Listen, man, sometimes in order for you to stop somebody, you're gonna have to go through the fire. And I think that's what separates Keyshawn and Shakur right there. Keyshawn is willing to go through the fire. He don't mind going through the fire to get you out of there. He don't mind taking chances. He don't mind putting it on the line. And I think that Devin Haney, I would say that, Shakur might be the easier fight as far as not getting hurt. But I think Shakur is the more skillful fighter when it comes to him and Keyshawn. But man, Keyshawn dangerous, man. Keyshawn is very dangerous. That young man dangerous, and he got power, and he can get you out of there. And he's getting better and better. You understand what I'm saying? He's getting better. And I don't know if Keyshawn and Shakur gonna fight. I don't have a problem if they do or don't. You know what I'm saying? I think it would be an excellent fight. I would love to see it. But right now, we don't have to have that fight. And I'm telling you, a lot of people are asking for that fight is because they're looking to protect their favorite fighters. If they fight each other, that means you're able to protect your favorite fighter. And it might be Tank, it might be whoever. But like I keep telling y'all, man, Tank don't need your protection. Tank is different, man. Tank is an animal in that ring. And I think if Tank get his head on right and everything goes straight, Tank gonna be okay. But Tank is over 30 years old now, folks. Tank's gonna have to go out there now. He's gonna have to start getting these fights in. Father Time don't wait on nobody. It don't wait on nobody, and people seem to have a problem understanding that. You gotta understand that Tank is not getting any younger. And we're gonna look up, man, and we're gonna wonder why Tank didn't have any of those special fights. Like we already got Shakur taking out T.O. We might get Shakur with another big fight next. Think about that, man. Shakur, if you allow him to get all those big fights, what is Tank gonna do? So I don't know how y'all feel, man. I just want to know how a lot of y'all feel. Do y'all feel like that Tank and Shakur is a 50-50 fight? Do you feel like it's a 60-40 fight? You understand what I'm saying? I just really want to know. I've always said that I thought Shakur was the best boxer at 140 down, and I still feel like that. Without a doubt, Tank to me, you know what I'm saying, when he lands those bombs, Tank can get you out of there. Now, a fight that I definitely want to see, and I think will be an excellent fight, is Gary Antoine Russell, who's one of my favorite fighters. I would love to see him and Shakur Stevenson get in that ring. I will see how that fight plays out, because we know one thing about him. He puts a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of pressure on you. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of things in that ring. He's relentless. He has power. So that's a fight I want to see. Gary Antoine Russell and Shakur Stevenson. But I need y'all to stop trying to protect Tank, folks. I go to people channels I go through every day and listen. And I'm telling y'all right now, if you're a boxing fan, you cannot call yourself a boxing fan and have a problem with Shakur Stevenson calling out who, let me think somebody Tank fought. You can't have a problem with him calling out Lamont Roach. You can't have all the greats, it happens all the time. They fight each other. That's what they do. It's boxing. And it gives us something to talk about. People really don't have a problem with that. They don't. If you thought Pitbull or Lamont Roach could beat Shakur, you would love for that fight to happen, because he would have to worry, Tank wouldn't have to worry about him in your mind. That's how you think. I don't think Tank's worrying about him, but y'all worrying about him. Tank is a fighter, man. He gets paid to do something he loves. I heard people talking about, man, Shakur trying to follow Tank. But then, let me ask you a question. Didn't Manny Pacquiao fight Oscar De La Hoya? Didn't Manny Pacquiao fight Ricky Hatton? What is the problem with that? It don't make sense. You can't tell me you sit back in your bed at nighttime and wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to put this video out talking about why Tank followed this Shakur, why Shakur followed the Tank footsteps. Make it make sense. You can't make that make sense, folks. This is what they do with boxing. Plenty of fighters are going to fight the same fights, and it's going to give us something, even though we know that you can't gauge or fight off of that because styles make fights. It still gives us something to talk about. And I love talking about it. Stop getting up in the morning, man. I'm telling y'all now, we got to start doing better, man. We got to start showing these fighters love. It ain't the fighters killing boxing. Some of them are. We doing it too. Because we have people believing that these fighters are going out there and they're fighting nobodies. Or we'll downplay a fight. To a casual fan can walk up to you right now and say, hey, I know Gervonta Tank Davis, but what about this guy Shakur Stevenson? Is he okay? Guess what you gonna do because you love Tank? Oh, no, man, Tank will kill him. Tank will beat him every day of the week. Next thing you know, a casual fan don't want to see that fight because you've already downplayed it. Instead of giving Shakur his credit and say, hey, man, I think Tank might win, but I'm going to tell you right now, Shakur has a real opportunity. Instead of you saying that, you're going to hate. And this is what's destroying boxing right there. We don't uplift these fighters, man. We got people sitting around here, like I said, David Benavidez, he's basically turned into one of us, man. The African-American community, the black community, whatever you want to call it. You got people hating on him. He's not going to get the love Canelo gets because they don't look at him like they look at Canelo. Even though, man, David Benavidez is an excellent fighter, he's not going to get the love Canelo gets, man. They're not going to hand the mantle over to him. It's not going to be passed like that. He going to take it, but ain't nobody going to pass it to him. He ain't going to get that same love that, you know what I'm saying, we think Canelo Alvarez get, man. But like I said, man, I've been watching a lot of y'all. People lying. Oh, you got people lying about Tank's case being dropped. I'm one of them people, man, that's done a lot of time in my life. I hope and pray that Tank gets out of this trouble. I hope that it's taken care of and gets himself on track. But from what I've heard, the judge basically in Baltimore has decided not to, you know what I'm saying, put that one out for him for the violation right now until this case is handled. And the judge has the right to do that. A judge has the right not to violate you until your case is handled. So, if Tank didn't do anything, man, I've done 20 years of my life. 20. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? In prison. I don't want to see no man locked up. So I hope that this situation is handled with Tank. But man, you got people that love Tank so much. I'm talking about men. That they're willing to lie and say the whole case has been dismissed. Like it's going back and forth. You got people going back and forth about this case. Like you got real lawyers out here now. I'm talking about people who have turned into lawyers. We got the jailhouse lawyers, and then we got the YouTube lawyers. And the YouTube lawyers are worse than the jailhouse lawyers. They know everything, man. I ain't never seen nothing like it in my life. I've never seen so many lawyers, man. And ain't now one I've never done a day in their life, ain't never picked up a law book, but they know everything. Like I said, I wish Tank the best. But I definitely want to see Tank. I don't care about, whether Tank fights Lamar Roach again. I want to see Tank and Shakur. I want to see Tank. Matter of fact, I'll take Tank and T.O. just so I can get a gauge off of, now seeing what T.O. really had. What did T.O. really have to offer? Because I think T.O.'s dad is one of the worst trainers in boxing. And I think that's a big part of T.O.'s problem. I think T.O.'s been winning a lot of these fights off of what he actually does in the ring himself, not nothing that his dad brought to the table. Teofimo Lopez's dad is plumb garbage when it comes to being a trainer. He's plumb garbage. You know what I'm saying? That man ain't done nothing, that I can think of to make T.O. look good. T.O. does what everything he does on his own, man. And we got to pay attention to that. And that's the one reason I knew T.O. didn't have a chance. We seen Shakur Stevenson, man, in first gear. First gear, folks. That's what we seen. We seen a man, beat a man that's supposed to be a top-notch boxer. He beat him in first gear. I don't think Shakur Stevenson got out of first gear. I don't, man. I really don't. We seen Jermaine Ortiz, somebody, and I'm telling y'all something now. Jermaine Ortiz is turning into a gatekeeper, folks. He's turning into a gatekeeper. That's what he's about to come. If he don't get a big win soon, he's going to have to beat a name. Jermaine Ortiz is going to be that guy that you fight to figure out how good you are, to take your next step. Keyshawn Davis showed you how good he is. And Jermaine Ortiz can fight, folks. I ain't hating on him or nothing. The man can fight. But I think he's about to turn into a gatekeeper. And I really want to know how people feel about that. Now, I got to talk about this, man. I really got to talk about this. It's on my mind. Floyd Money Mayweather. I don't know if we need to take the money out of his name or not yet. Floyd Mayweather, man, is going through a lot right now. We hear about him suing Showtime for the $340 million. But a lot of people don't seem to know that Floyd Mayweather is also being sued. Floyd Mayweather was renting a condo out there in Manhattan. Now, this ain't a lot of money when you think about who Floyd Mayweather is. $500,000 is how much he got behind on the rent. The rent was $100,000 a month, from what I heard. And they're saying that Floyd Mayweather still owed like $377,000. And the people say he went ghost now. Ain't nobody able to get in contact with him. And they're taking him to court. When it comes to jury, Floyd Mayweather owes millions of dollars for jury. Man, I'm telling you, trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to make yourself be larger than life, puts people in this predicament. There's no way possible that you make the money Floyd Mayweather made in the ring and you should run into these problems. But people do it all the time. See, and I'm wishing him the best as well. I hope that if he gets his affairs in order, that he thinks about how he's moving and say, I don't need 70 cars to move around. It's crazy when you think about Floyd Mayweather owing almost $500,000 for renting a condo and he hasn't paid him yet. That seems crazy, absurd. Not money. When you hear Floyd say he want to fight Mike Tyson, why you think Manny Pacquiao came back to boxing? See, we can't focus on one guy, not focus on nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Because we got people do that all the time. Manny Pacquiao came back to boxing because he needs money. Nobody wants to be in the ring at 50 years old, running around, man, fighting, throwing their hands, man. You can't tell me that Manny Pacquiao actually wants to be in that ring. I don't believe it. I believe Manny Pacquiao is fighting because he's done the right thing with his money when it comes down to, well, I ain't going to say he done the right thing. I'm going to say this. He gave away a lot of money to his country. He fed a lot of people, man. And one thing about that, I believe God is truly going to bless him. I believe that. But Manny Pacquiao has given up a lot of money, folks, trying to feed his country. And that's why we see Manny back in the ring. And I don't want to see anybody like Manny Pacquiao get hurt, man. He's a very good, God-fearing man. I don't want to see him get hurt. Now, he looked bad. He didn't look bad against Mario Barrios. He did not. You know what I'm saying? He didn't look bad at all. But how many more fights does Manny Pacquiao have? How many more times is he going to get in that ring? That's the question right there. It might be nice for him and Floyd Mayweather to maybe run it back and see if they can make a bag and get out the way. I would rather see him and Floyd being around the same age, up in age, get in the ring with each other, run that fight back, and try to see what happens and get out the way. I think they need to do that. Then you got your boy, man. I'm going all through the fights. Now, I ain't missing a beat tonight. We got Mr. Deontay Wilder, man. Derek Chisora. I'm telling y'all this right now. They said power is the last thing to go. I watched Wilder's last fight. I believe my 7-year-old son punches harder than Deontay Wilder right now. I don't know what happened to Deontay Wilder's power, but I believe my 7-year-old son can punch harder than Deontay Wilder right now. It seems like the more he fight, the little his legs get. I don't know what's going on with Wilder, but Wilder can't punch no more. The power's not there, folks. Wilder don't hit hard like he used to, man. We got a man, hey man, Wilder, man, too, is like he got a lot of, he's starting to deal with mental health issues as well. We got to get Wilder out that ring, too, man. Wilder's another guy trying to retire. Hold on, let me hit my vape, y'all. Hold on, let me hit my vape. Wilder needs to retire. Wilder should have been retired. Wilder should have been moved on. And, you know, hey, man, I wish Wilder the best. Wilder don't need the money. Wilder, man, they said Wilder owns over 100 properties down through Alabama. No joke. They said Wilder getting real money, getting to the bag. He has plenty of real estate. Deontay Wilder doesn't need the money. He's not one of these guys getting in the ring because he's hurting. He's doing it for the love of the sport right now. But I don't want to see Wilder get hurt. Because there's not too many times in boxing where you see a guy power actually leave. Like I said, I believe my 7-year-old son is punching harder than Deontay Wilder now. It don't make sense. Wilder don't punch like he used to. Wilder's not that same individual, man. Derek Chisora's gonna go out there. He's gonna rough Wilder up, folks. He's gonna rough Deontay Wilder up, and he's gonna beat Deontay Wilder. I'm calling it now. Deontay Wilder doesn't win that fight. I wish he would have went on and fought Usyk and got to that bag and got him a nice bag. I wish he would have done that, but then again, I don't know because Usyk, man, you think Chisora gonna hurt him? No telling what Usyk would have done to him. You know, Usyk probably would have really hurt him. And we've heard everything Deontay Wilder had to say about Tyson Fury. I don't know how y'all feel about the situation about him making a documentary about Tyson Fury actually cheating him. I don't know. I wasn't in the ring. Only him, God, and Tyson Fury know. They know the truth. And mostly Tyson Fury and God know. Because Wilder hasn't proven yet that Tyson Fury actually cheated. But if Tyson Fury actually did cheat, he needs to be banned from boxing for the rest of his life, if he done that. So I'm not saying he did or didn't. I'm just saying, you know, and if he didn't do it, and Wilder truly doesn't know, Wilder needs to cut it out. He needs to stop throwing these type of accusations out there if they're not true. I'm not saying they're not true, but I just think Deontay Wilder, man, needs to get on the sideline and sit it out. Because I think his next fight, man, will be his last fight. I think Derek's going to go out there and rough Wilder up, man. He's going to beat Wilder up. And I don't think them little chicken legs going to hold up. I don't think those little chicken legs, man, salute, fam, was good. I don't think Deontay Wilder's legs is going to hold up. Like I tell y'all, I've never seen a man lose his power. I've never seen nobody lose their power like that. Like, you know, power is usually the last thing to go. Man, the power's not there anymore. I don't know what's going on with Wilder. I can't figure it out, man. But I'm scared for him to go out there. I don't want to see him get hurt, man. I was always a Wilder fan. I like where he come from, what he's done, and where he's gotten to. Deontay Wilder's came a long way, man, in his boxing. You know, and like I keep telling y'all, I want us to all get on the same page on this. We don't have to, if you like Tank, there ain't nothing wrong with liking Tank. But you still can like Shakur Stevenson. You still can like Keyshawn Davis, man. You can like all those fighters. We don't have to make up stories. We don't have to hate. You know, I like them all, man. Like, I'm a boxing fan for real, man. I've been watching boxing, you know what I'm saying, for almost 50 years. I've been a part of boxing. I refuse to hate on one fighter because I like another. I'm going to give you full credit, man. Teofimo Lopez got dominated, man. He got dominated, and we've heard. Now, I don't know. Y'all can tell me. Now, before that fight, what you had said that Gervonta Tank Davis had fought anybody on Teofimo Lopez's level. Anybody. I can't think of nobody. You know, Leo Santa Cruz was an excellent fighter to me. We seen what Tank done. But, man, I would have to rank Teofimo Lopez ahead of anybody Tank fought before that fight. So I'm giving Shakur full credit for that fight. And I think Shakur, man, like I say all the time, and Tank is going to be an excellent fight. And you can like both of those fighters and just say, man, I want to see them both do it. You don't have to be mad when Shakur Stevenson holler out, I want to fight Pitbull. I want to fight Lamont Roach. Man, like I told y'all earlier, Manny Pacquiao followed Floyd He gave us something to talk about. Yes, he fought De La Hoya. Yes, he fought Ricky Hatton. Didn't nobody have a problem with it. But all of a sudden now, does Shakur Stevenson want to do the same thing? Everybody got a problem with it. He's following Tank. He wants to do everything Tank does. This is what they do in boxing, folks. They've been doing this in boxing for years. Shakur Stevenson is not the first and won't be the last that follows in the footsteps of somebody else trying to catch these great fights and trying to give you something to compare these fights out to. And we know styles make fights, but why do we have a problem with that? I want to see how Shakur Stevenson does against Pitbull when Pitbull is putting that pressure on. I would love to see it. I want to see how he does against Lamar Roach when he's counter punching. There are things that I want to see. There's some questions that I still need answered. And the only way I can get those answers if I get an opportunity to see those fights. But we gotta stop acting like, man, because we like one, we can't like the other. Boxing just is the same, man. These new age fans, the game has changed. The game has changed, man. Y'all tell me, man, right now, what's wrong with a good Shakur Stevenson and Lamar Roach fight? What would be wrong with that? And I'm telling y'all something. A lot of people really don't care about Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis fighting, but the only reason they want to see that fight is because of this reason right here and this reason alone. They want one of them to take the other one out. They want that fight to happen so it can save one of their favorite fighters. That's all it's about. I think we're going to get that fight down the line, folks. I think the money is going to grow and grow and grow. And if these guys continue to win, then one day Turkey out she's going to put some money on the table and they ain't going to be able to refuse it. I think we get that fight. Salute, salute. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Hill, what's good, Mr. Hill? I want to see that fight, Mr. Hill. I want to see all these fights. But I just think, man, like I said, we got the Hearns and Hagler. We got Sugar Ray, you know what I'm saying, Duran. We got them all. They all fought each other. That's what they done in the day. We seen the best fight the best. That's all we've ever paid attention to. We got Earl Spence making his return to the ring, man. Beautiful story. Gone 3 years, July. You know what I'm saying? Almost 3 years. What he been gone since July 2023? Making his return. Can he go out there and get the job done? You know what I'm saying? I hope so. Yeah, they got to start making the fights. They got to start making the fights, Mr. Hill. These fights got to start being made, man. People got to start wanting these fights. We got to stop trying to save and protect these fighters. Man, some people are taking these fighters and putting them in their back pocket and hiding them. You ain't got to hide your favorite fighter, man. I'm one of these guys that don't care about a loss. Some of my favorite fighters, Ali, you know what I'm saying? Pacquiao, man, they got losses. Roy Jones, they got losses on their resume. I don't have a problem with that. Why would I have a problem if I like a fighter, man, and he goes out there and goes in there and get in there with another fighter that's on his level? All I can ask him to do is go out there and give his best. And people don't care about that no more. For some reason, that O is gone to everybody's head. He said, most definitely, man, the big fish are much better now than we last seen him, man. I definitely agree with that, Mr. Hill. I think Earl Spence is going to be a different fighter. And I ain't making no excuses. I give Turnbull Crawford full credit for that victory over Earl Spence. But I think Earl Spence, this time off, we're going to see a different Earl Spence. I believe that. I believe we're going to see a different Earl Spence. I think we're going to see Earl Spence go out there and possibly, just possibly, maybe be able to get a stop. I'm hoping for that. Like I said, we got Fundora and we got Keith Thurman going out there. Keith Thurman got a tall task, you know what I'm saying? No pun intended. Tall in his hand. But we know that Fundora can't see. He's almost legally blind. Keith Thurman's going to have to go out there, man, and find a way to do what he does, man. And I think Keith Thurman, man, hey, without those injuries, Keith Thurman, man, definitely would be, you know what I'm saying, I think one of the greatest we ever seen at 147 pounds, if not for the injuries, man. That's how I feel about Keith Thurman. But you know, Keith Thurman still got a chance now moving up to 154 to prove himself. And it wouldn't shock me if Keith Thurman got the victory. It would not shock me at all. I know a lot of people saying he don't have a chance. I've heard a lot of people say it. I've talked to behind the scenes. They don't think he has a chance. I'm giving Keith Thurman a chance to win this fight. I'm giving him a chance. And like Keith Thurman said, yes, Sebastian Fundora is 6'5", but his jaw not. His jaw about 6 foot. And Keith Thurman said he can reach that all day. You know what I'm saying? He can reach that jaw all day. His jaw is not 6'5", folks. So I think Keith Thurman gonna be able to catch him, and I know Keith Thurman gonna catch him with a good shot. I can promise you that. We've seen Fundora be hurt. We've seen him go down. We've seen him knocked out. Why can't Keith Thurman do the same thing? But I just want to know, man, if there are any fights that ain't on the table right now on the equation that y'all want to see, man. There gotta be some fights that y'all want to see. You know, I'm still looking for Maybe now Shoo Shoo and Monster. That's a fight I want to see. I want to see Shoo Shoo and Monster get in that ring and do their thing, man. I want to see that fight. Man, I've been thinking about that fight over and over. Bam. Bam needs some competition, man. Bam needs somebody around that weight class to give him a challenge. There are so many fights, man, that we need. David Benavidez, you know what I'm saying? We know what he's getting ready to do. But I wouldn't mind seeing David Benavidez, man, you know what I'm saying? Maybe and Ja. I think it would be a great fight. I think it'll be a great fight. And I want to see it, folks. Man, listen, I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I usually don't go live too much no more. I do my 3-minute videos and I kick it. But I'm gonna start going live, man. I'm gonna start doing my thing on here. And I'm gonna be back again tomorrow night. And I might do it by this time every night, man. But if y'all can, man, share my video, like, subscribe, comment if you ain't. And just let everybody know, man, that, man, Mr. Kelly CDK Boxing, I'm back, man. Sports Talk Network. Thank y'all, and I'm out.